Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good
Yeah, good
afternoon. Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
It's good to see you people. So, as you know, that uh, funding, especially for the smaller MFIs, it has always been a challenge for us. And we build from the industry building side. What we do, we pull together the resource institutions like banks and others to cater our members, our microfinance institution members, to take the finance to the last person. So in this way, in this area, we do a lot of things. That the first thing is we organize a conference, an annual conference on uh, lenders, investors meet with the microfinance institutions, the first thing we do. Then we also, what we do, that individual institution specific linkages, like many times the investors, they come to us, investors and lenders, they come to us, and we help them to link up with our members. The third thing what we do, that we do a lot of these webinars and video conferencing with our lenders, individual lenders with full whole sector. So now we know that there is one very important area of this you're supporting to our members is your BC model. Many institutions, they are doing it, and many institutions are looking forward to get support from it. And JANA Bank has been very supportive. They have emanated from the microfinance sector, so they understand the sector very well. They understand the challenges and also the good work of the sector. So we discussed together and thought that it would be very good if we can organize VC for our members. That what's their proposal for BC and how can we take it forward. Mr. Maman is already here. So if Mr. Maman wants to put forward some thoughts on it, then we will take it forward. Mr. Maman, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sabil, and good afternoon to all. And as Sabil rightly said, we have been trying to see how best we can help the MFIs, especially the smaller ones, to get adequate fund for their business activities. So we have been working with various institutions, like we have been meeting the government, RBI. Right, we have also scheduled a meeting with the DFS secretary maybe on 11th of this month. We are also having a meeting with the chief economic advisor, Mr. Nageshwar, on 11th itself. So we are trying to see how best we can bring in some kind of synergy from the government side so that we can get the funding flowing easily through the microfinance institutions. So in this connection, various options have been we have been exploring. One such option, you might be knowing that we tried to build up a collaboration with the NSFDC. NSFDC, that's the National Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Development Corporation. They have some funds for lending to the target groups. So we had arranged it to be channelized through some of the MFIs last year, and this year also we are doing it, a bit of it. Similarly, we are trying in different ways. So in that connection, we have been also talking to different bigger institutions like SFBs and other banks, including some bigger MFIs who can have the muscles power to support the smaller ones. So like that, now JANA Small Finance Bank has come forward, and I'm sure this is going to be a good initiative, and I compliment my team for taking all the efforts. So my best wishes to everyone, and I give it back to Saibal. Saibal, please take it forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maman. So we don't want to spend a lot of time on this one. So Vishal, over to you. You want to do a presentation, PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, I do have.
Okay, Sangeeta, you have to
Can
give.
introduce Vishal first.
Sorry?
And then I was saying that please introduce
Vishal,
Vishal.
Vishal,
That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay.
Vishal is the senior representative of JANA Bank, and he is the person for communication for this BC. So he will be taking it forward. So Vishal, I mean, most of us, we know you, so please take it forward.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't introduce you formally.
Yeah,
Okay.
please go ahead, Vishal.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks Dr. Saibal and thanks Mr. Menon. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to join us today. It's really a pleasure to connect. Let me give a very crisp introduction about myself. I represent as a business head for BC operations for JANA Small Finance Bank. It's about 10 years with JANA. So I've seen all ups and downs, COVID, demands, and currently whatever crisis going on. So I've been a pretty decent exposures about what is running in the industry. I have my associate Pooja with me, who's also going to help in terms of if something is required. And then Mr. K.S. Raman, who is the executive director, is going to join us for a question and answer session. Purpose is very clear today. I mean, we just wanted to explore opportunities with potential partners. I mean, we do understand currently the industry is going through a very different turmoil where uh, uh, credit getting the funding is one of the major challenges for small MFIs, and JANA has analyzed that, and we really wanted to help industry in terms of uh, shaking hands with decent mid-sized small MFIs who really wanted to grow and wanted to experience and wanted to make some money out of the managed book. So I'm happy. I mean, I hope this conversation is going to be a little productive, and wherever we really wanted to understand, wherever you have any questions, you have always feel free to ask. But I would recommend, and in case I'll let me go through the presentation first, and then in the last we'll take up the question and answers. So I'll just start with the presentation and just give me a minute. I'll just share it with you. I hope it's visible to everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. If you can make it full
Yes.
screen.
It's a very crisp presentation, not a very lengthy one, but
Vishal,
I just wanted to give a brief about what JANA Bank is. So it has 5 elements. Small introduction about JANA Small Finance Bank. What is our overview to the other businesses which is being offered? Detailed product information. The eligibility criteria is a very broad one, but we are not very stringent to it. And in case if somebody wanted to connect, we have the inquiry details also.
Vishal, you can make it on the presentation mode, PPT mode.
No, I made it on the PPT mode only.
No,
Is it
we are
not?
seeing it as a, I mean, in the sense we are not seeing it as a full screen.
But
so
for me,
there is a
only.
You can go to that
presentation.
presentation.
I know. I put it in a presentation mode only. I
It's
really
not
wonder.
showing. It doesn't matter. We are seeing
I'm
it.
able to see, sir.
You're able to see. Okay.
Yeah, I am able to see it.
Okay.
Only thing is, he can make it little big.
You can
He
press
can
it
increase the
F5.
size.
No, it is in the presentation mode only, but okay.
Otherwise, also we are able to read. Yeah.
Okay. So, JANA, as everyone aware, I mean, we earlier known to be a JANA Lakshmi. We got a in principle license in 2016, and then we commenced operations in 2018. We are into number of products. I mean, like a bank, we do open saving account, current account, we take deposits. Then we are into microloans, we are into housing, we are into supply chains, and we are also into insurances. Currently, we are present in 22 states with 2 union territories. We got 808 banking outlets with almost 278 UBI branches, which are specifically, particularly in the pretty rural areas. We're the 4th largest small finance bank in terms of the AUM and in terms of the deposit size also. We are into multiple businesses along with our in-house team. We do have, which is supply chain, gold, two-wheelers, housing. We also have business correspondents, which we started in 2020. Currently, our total AUM of bank is about 30,000 crores, and out of which unsecured is about 9,000. These are the March vetted number, which is there on the website. So anybody needs more information, they can log on to JANA Small Finance Bank and visit our retail recent investor deck. So we started from 2009 with almost 21 BCs on board. Currently, we got 20, out of which 19 are the asset BCs, which are doing microloans for us. And there's one BC which is primarily of the liabilities, which are opening current account and saving account for us. We operate in 15 states, and our major portfolio is in UP, Bihar. UP holds the maximum with 31%, Bihar with 18%, Karnataka about 12%, and then West Bengal about 11%, MP 9%, Odisha 9%. So this is the split of our BC. The final numbers of March 2025 is about 1,900 crores of portfolio. We got about almost 7 million customers with 504 branches, with almost 7,000 people working under the BC operations. So these are the numbers which are purely BCs, and it doesn't include the in-house. Until date, we have almost disbursed 6,000 crores of DB in the last 5 years. We offer, so this call primarily is for microloans, which is unsecured. So we offer two products for our BC correspondents. One is the Agri product, and the other one is the individual product. So the ticket size for both the products starts from 51,000, and for group it goes up to 65, and for individual it goes up to maximum 75,000. And the type of loans what we provide is Agri allied, individual, business, and home improvement. Primarily we got. So we are all digitized. We don't encourage paperwork. So all our platforms is digital. We got in-house grown FOS and AGLPS, which we primarily use for group loan customers, where with a minimum batch size of 2 also, you can be able to create a group. And the same platform, which we call it a FOS, can be used for sourcing as well as for collection. So we have 2-3 applications, wherein separate applications for business purpose and special separate applications for the collection purpose. Then we got one more platform, which is Lens Perfect. Primarily, this is being used for onboarding the individual customers. So JANA prefers all the business correspondents to use our network only for sourcing as well as for the collections. What we are looking for, there's a very broad guideline. We are looking out for NBFC MFIs with a valid registration, which has at least 3 years of operations. We prefer at least in-house AUM of 50 crores. And in case if they are doing BC also, that would be helpful. But anything between 25 to 50 is workable for us. Normally, we prefer the BC with the 20 crores of net worth, but I do understand 20 crores is a little bit high. So we are open in terms of small MFIs with decent collection record to come forward. Then obviously the NPAs, I know 2% is nowhere, but we prefer NBFCs, MFIs, which has NPAs below 2%, but even if it is under 4, is going to be workable for us. And then we are looking out for business correspondents in Andhra, Telangana. So these are the new 2 states where JANA is currently not present in unsecured, but we really wanted to grow. Rajasthan, UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. These are the states where JANA has expansion plans, and we are looking out for business correspondent in these areas. So this is like the overall presentation, what I need to showcase. So I know I've not given any details about the commercials. I've not given any details about the credit scores, what we work on, but that is only valuable in case if anybody, any NBFC, MFI who is interested and they're interested in alignment of interest of JANA Small Finance Bank. So we have not kept it as a part of the presentation. So that's all from my side. I will also request Raman to join us in 5-10 minutes so that in case any questions is there, we can able to help out. Hello?
Sir,
Am I
are you
audible?
not extending to Tamil Nadu? You are given
Tamil Nadu,
operation in any of the following states: Andhra
Tamil
Pradesh,
Nadu,
Telangana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. What about Tamil Nadu?
so Tamil Nadu, we are decently spread up. We have a strong presence of in-house. So we are not, we don't have expansion plan, but still if we get good MFIs, NBFCs working in Tamil Nadu with a good track record, we can explore opportunity. So Tamil Nadu is not a no. I have only mentioned the states where we have expansion plan for the year. But if some good parties will come from Tamil Nadu, we will willing to explore.
Shan, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you
So
are.
I was just wondering, suppose the states where you are focusing on, for example, MP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, somebody has a presence and want to explore funding arrangements. But will you be interested in having a captive BC arrangement with any organization where these states obviously will be part of, but other states where they have operations that can also be included?
No, so that's what I said. I mean, we prefer the couple of states because we have some plans to grow based on the diversification of the portfolio we have in JANA, including in-house as well as for a BC. But if suppose like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, if some or Haryana, if there are good MFIs with a decent presence in locations where we are not present, so we are open to them also.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
Sir, what about the interest rate and sharing percentage?
So I'll just give you a little broad. So okay. So Raman has joined. Raman has just already introduced you. So I told them that you are going to join for question and answer. I think the question is what is the tentative ROI for the customer? Okay. So at present we are charging 25.29 as an interest and 3% processing fee to the customer.
Sharing patterns, sir. To you, and what will be the percentage to JANA Finance Bank and what will be to us?
So on the
25.29, how much you will be sharing to us?
sorry, I mean you are not pretty audible. Can you speak? What is the share? Okay.
So
So
they are
When we
asking,
charge 25.29, when we charge to the customer, how much it will go to you and how much you will be
okay, I
giving to us?
understand. I understand the question. So normally we our standard offering to all our BC partners is 9% on the interest and 1% on the processing fee. Because out of 3% of processing fee, 1% goes to the credit guarantee scheme. All our portfolios is covered in the credit guarantee scheme. So the BC commission is going to be 9% on the interest and 1% on the processing fee.
Vishal, there's a question on the chat box whether Section 8 companies and NBFCs can also participate as BC partner.
Not for profit, right?
yeah, not for profit. Section 8 companies not for profit.
We've already tied up with one or two not-for-profit entities exactly on this scheme. So the answer is they are not prohibited from participating in the scheme. We just look for some basic balance sheets first.
Yeah, in BC model, actually, non-profit organization can also be partner. Only co-lending you can't be. Co-lending
Absolutely.
only it is.
FLDG, how much, sir?
Yes,
FLDG.
FLDG.
Okay, so service guarantee, we call it service guarantee. So we charge about 5% on the disbursed value, and it depends on the efficiency of the collections. Accordingly, compensate. It's 5% on the disbursement.
Sir, 5 to 10% on the disbursement.
No, 5% on the disbursement. So suppose you disbursed in a cohort 1 crore, the service guarantee is going to be 5 lakhs. We go cohort wise, which is primarily a quarter. So whatever you disburse in a quarter, the service guarantee need to be furnished in advance.
Sir, you're comfortable to do Gujarat and Rajasthan also? BC? And what minimum size you're looking?
In principle, we are. But we just need to understand which specific location you have in mind.
Okay, so we are interested in Gujarat because we are having almost 40-50 branches in Gujarat. So,
So as I said earlier, there are a couple of preference states where we have expansion plans, but we are still open for other states, which is not mentioned. Depends on where exactly you are working versus where we are already present. So in case if there are potential areas where JANA is not there, or the in-house team or the business correspondent, we would love to explore.
Sir, this is regarding the exclusivity. Basically, if we are trying to visit relation and we selected some area or state, so that particular place would be exclusively work for only JANA, or can we work for even our own NBFC?
If it is your own NBFC, we don't have a problem. But if you're talking about serving multiple BC partners, then we would have a problem.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so in to add a point what Raman said, so other BCs is a big no. But even if you have already disbursed or already worked in that area where you wanted to work as a BC, you have to stop your disbursement and only disburse JANA, but you can keep collecting your existing base. Because there's no point disbursing on the same location under 2 different products.
Correct.
Even if the product is different, suppose that I am doing individual lending from my own fund, but want to do group lending.
Unless it should not conflict with our product. Suppose if you're doing secured and we are into unsecured, so we have no problem. But we always prefer that the disbursement should be from a single player only.
Okay.
I think there is inherent conflict.
Clear.
If it is the same target market, same product, then there is an inherent conflict of interest.
Sir, just to have a clarification on this. So we have to work with your own your system only, right? Is there any integration between our system and your system possibility?
So you have to work, as I said earlier, the technology platform is going to be JANA only. We don't prefer the integration because first it's time consuming, and the second, we have done it in the past and we struggled a lot. So we prefer only our in-house platform to work on.
Okay. What about employee selection criteria?
What about employees?
Any specific selection? So the people who are recruited for our organization, this is the selection criteria.
Employees are going to be on your own only. You have to select, whatever is your selection criteria for enrolling an employee. But we just have to see, because there is one IIBF certification which is also being required for business correspondent employees working for collections and businesses. So that you need to enroll within 9 months of operations.
Okay, so the people who are working on the field has to qualify this BC certification from IIBF.
Yeah, correct.
Clear.
Sir, is there any restriction on the JLG members? How many members, like that, 5, 8, like that, any yardstick you are prescribing?
Can you repeat your question again?
JLG members, for the JLG lending, is there any specific restriction like minimum 5 members or 8 members like that? So normally nowadays it is only 5 members
so
per
okay,
center.
sorry.
Are you restricting it?
So
Imposing that it should be 10,
No, I
12,
got
like
it.
that? Anything?
So you're talking about a batch size, right? Number of people in a batch?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So minimum the batch size is 2 and the maximum is 15. So this is a range of group size. With a minimum of 2, you can create a group with a maximum of 15. But suppose if you have more member in one, so you can add more groups in meeting centers.
And sir, what are the criteria for the individual loan?
So we do have a credit matrix. Normally, the only criteria at the moment I can just tell you, apart from the credit score, is it should not be a new to credit specifically.
Couple of important criteria.
New to credit.
Yeah, a couple of important criteria. In the normal course, we offer our individual loans only to a graduated group loan customer. Now we've started making this offering available to open market, provided they are a graduated JLG customer. So to that extent, if he should have demonstrated his ability to repay a JLG loan, and that is one of the minimum requirements for an individual loan. That is number one. And number two is obviously, as Vishal highlighted, it will be the credit score and the offers delinquency parameters, offers exposure and delinquency parameters.
So for an individual loan, he should have a group loan before.
That's right.
So good afternoon, sir. Ganesh Ankari here. So you are focused only a JLG loan product or is a multiple loan product? It's a secured product.
At the moment, we're not making secured available. It is either JLG, both urban as well as agriculture, rural, as well as individual loans. These are what is available
at the moment.
Because we haven't really worked out the arithmetic, the commercials of a secured product. So until such time as we work that out, we'll not be in a position to offer that.
Okay, fine, sir. Sure.
Sir, can you tell me the locations JANA present in Odisha?
So we are present in Bhubaneswar, around Cuttack, Gopalpur, Ganjam district. Then so there's a list. If Puri, Puri is like Bhubaneswar only. Then Sambalpur. So these are the 5 major districts where available. There are more. I don't recollect it at the moment.
Okay, sir.
But to be honest, that's something which we are not entirely very keen on at the moment. If you have some good locations, good branches where the delinquency is relatively low, the district delinquency is relatively low, then we'd be willing to look at Odisha.
Vishal, I have a question. Vishal and Raman, both of you. Are you open for Northeast also?
Simon, we spoke about this. I need to come back to you on Northeast specifically.
Okay.
Because our branch network is restricted to, if I just look at Northeast specifically, it is either Assam or Gangtok.
Okay.
And to an extent Tripura. Other than that, we don't really have branches outside of these locations. It will be very difficult for us to manage a location outside of where we have a branch which can oversee the operations.
So in case of your deeper northeast like Manipur and other?
Well, that's something which I had promised to revert
on
our, I have still been able to get that clarity.
Okay. Thank you.
So
Sir, good
this
afternoon.
FLDG thing would be tranche-wise calculations, right? On a quarterly basis. And if that particular tranche of disbursement would be cleared in some point of time after 1 year or 2 years, and whatever the 5% of the FLDG is kept with the bank will be released.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
So we didn't understand the question, but what I can, like, are you asking about what is this, how the how the service guarantee is going to be treated after 2 years of operations when the
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so normally, whenever the portfolio run down, so we, as I said, we do it cohort-wise, which is primarily a quarter. So I'll just give you an example. Suppose you start your operation on 1st of January 2025, and you and you did about 1 crore of disbursement, and you gave 5%, which is 5 lakh as a service guarantee. If this cohort portfolio is lower than the service guarantee which is being offered, which means less than 5 lakhs, then you are eligible to get the refund of the difference. So, for example, after 2 years, suppose your portfolio of this cohort, which was 1 crore, is 2 lakhs, then your eligibility of refund of service guarantee is 3 lakhs. But in case if suppose your cohort has 7 lakhs, out of which whatever is the NPA doesn't matter, then your service guarantee will not get refunded. So the only criteria is your cohort has to be lower than the service guarantee after 2 years or whatever time period. It doesn't matter.
Whatever time period. Correct. Correct. Okay, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. I'm Hitesh Chaudhary from Sampada Finance. Sir, may I audible?
Yeah, audible. Tell me.
Okay.
Audible.
Sir, sorry for that. I can listen properly about the Section 8 company. Just my one question to you. Are you interested with Section 8 company?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, what about the collection, sir? We collect and paid you or direct from NAJ? The collection has done.
So we have both model available. Primarily the individual loans, we prefer to collect through NASH. But in case if the NASH failed, definitely, obviously, the only mode of collection is the cash collection. And for the group loans, we do have a physical cash collection model where you will collect and subsequently you will deposit the money into our account for settlement.
Sir, we have to deposit the money on the same day or we have T plus or T2 days we have in hand?
So whatever you collect today, you will have to deposit by tomorrow.
By tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay. Means T plus 1 day.
That's right.
Okay.
That's the stretch limit. I mean, normally we prefer to deposit the same day because we have a mechanism like Airtel as well as other modes where you can go and deposit. But yes, T plus 1 is a stretch one. So the maximum should be T plus 1.
Hi, I am Somnath. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Vishal. I just had a small question. You would appreciate the BC, the business correspondents operating from their own branch setups, or you want specific branches of yours?
So as I said, we prefer, if you will convert your existing branches to our BC branches, because that would be quick to start. Otherwise, you have to open a branch and, hire people to start with. But the only condition is the disbursement has to be JANA only. We only prefer, and no other, you can only collect your own book from those locations. No other BC's work should be
Perfect. Perfect. I got your point. And in line with this, there's a small query. I'm not sure how much true I'll be, but in the microfinance sector in the country, the branches are being set up in sort of residential zones as well. I'm sure we all will be aware of this. There are commercial zones, there are residential zones. So ideally, business is not supposed to be run into an R zone, the residential zone. But if a BC sort of, takes a branch into a residential building and pays a rent to the room owner, is that acceptable with the bank?
Okay, so actually your voice is not very audible. So what I can understand, please correct me if I understand it correctly. You're talking about the type of branch to be opened, whether
Yeah,
it
so
is
I'll
rented or owned, like
no,
something like that.
may I clear you again if I'm audible now?
Yeah, your voice is audible. I mean, is not very clear.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. I will just type my query in that case.
Okay, please do that in case.
Sure, sure.
नहीं ये तो इसी का कनेक्ट हो जाएगा.
Sir, your disbursement can go in the existing branch, or you want a exclusive branch for BC?
I just answered this. Again, I will reiterate myself. If you're an NBFC, MFI, you have your own branch, and you wanted to start BC operations there, you can do that. But the only condition is you have to stop your own disbursement, but you can keep collecting your own book.
Okay. Yeah, understood.
Question.
Anybody has any question? Vishal, there is one request that if you can send your coordinates in this chat box, will be helpful for our colleagues, MFI colleagues, to communicate with
I'll
you.
just put my email ID as well as my contact detail.
Yeah, if you can put it in the chat. Yeah, thank you very much.
So I think one question, Rajnish, which is what is the minimum AUM mandatory?
Yes.
So as so we normally prefers or whatever BCs we have onboarded in the last 5 years, mostly are above 25 to 30 crores. So that's a benchmark normally we go for, but we will evaluate. I mean, we will see. I mean, in case if your expertise in a particular area, then your collection efficiency is very high, very good, then we can consider. Any other questions?
There are two messages I'm seeing. What is the AUM required for under Section 8 company?
So I just said, I mean, so at present, I can only say that anything which is reasonable, I mean, there is no value to it. But in case if the collection efficiency is good, we can consider even a smaller Section 8 company also.
Sir, my last question is, what about the software? We have to, whether it can be integrated with our software, or we should use your software exclusively?
So, okay. So we will provide you our platform. So you can use a normal mobile phone and you can download our application and start working. The only thing is there are 2-3 elements which you need to do. You need to hire a license of MDM, which is 499 rupees per user for a year. That's the cost you need to bear. And also you need to purchase a biometric per user, which is primarily 4,000 rupees, which should be a L1 device, and it has to be approved by JANA so that you can do e-signing and digital onboarding. So platform is ours, application is ours. There is no cost to the application, but only the MDM license fee per year has to be borne by you, as well as for the biometric.
So for demand and due, everything is depend on your software.
Yeah, everything has to be, like from onboarding to collections, cradle to grave is all with JANA.
Disbursement also shown in that application
Everything,
only.
everything.
Sir, basically, since we are mandated to use only your application, so how this reconciliation would be handled if any disconnects on the payments and disbursements, collections and disbursements?
Sorry.
How does the reconciliation going to
Recon on the collection
as well as disbursement?
Yes, and disbursement.
On the disbursement, once you source, we will provide you the AGLPS, which is our own in-house platform, to be able to see where exactly your application is, at what stage your application is, which will show you whether you are at sourcing stage, you are at FVR stage, BVR stage, or at disbursement stage, or is there any sendback. So everything is visible. You can actually check on the platform by login with your details where exactly your application is. And same for collections. Whenever you collect, you can do an online transaction or offline, and then later on you can sync it. Then every user will, whatever they collect during the day, they have to basically settle the IDs. And after settling the IDs, you have to do the authorization. Once you authorize, then the amount based on the authorization will debit from your CASA. And accordingly, we will give you a collection report next day. Sorry, whatever which is being authorized, with what amount and to what customer. So you'll get a customer-wise, amount-wise details every next day.
So this is for you're mentioning about the CASA thing, right? Once that authentication is done, then the amount will be deducted through CASA.
Absolutely.
So CASA of the customer account.
No, not CASA of the customer, of your organization.
Okay.
So we do have a mechanism where a customer can directly scan this QR code, or through a digital mode can pay, and we'll credit their CBS directly. That also can be done, but primarily the cash collection, which is the major portion of collection, has to be processed in this way, what I said. You have to settle it per user, then authorize it, and post that basis on the authorization amount will debit your CASA.
So debiting of CASA account will happen individual account wise or bulk?
So, okay, I'll give an example. Suppose your organization, you start collection for us.
Will it be a batch debit or will it be an individual account by account debit?
No, it is okay. So it is going to be an individual wise debit, but in one settlement ID, there can be 20 different set of customers. So it is an individual wise debit, not a batch wise, just to answer it.
Okay.
Any other question?
Last one. So since your system may be new to our employee, so any training and facilitation will be there from your side to familiarize you with your system.
Right? No. So okay. So when we will onboard you, a proper set of training to be given to your team, which will cover all the elements starting from sourcing to collections. And also we will provide you a process training of how JANA works. So in case if there is a sendback, how the sendback need to be clear. In case if there is a FVR deviation, what to be done? How can you access the report? How can you read the report? And everything. Whatever in-house teams knows about the system will provide you the same, because you're going to use the same system. So the training part is going to be covered from all aspects.
Okay.
There is one question: is there a criteria for Section 8 company other than AUM? So as I said, AUM is not a criteria, but we'll prefer to have a decent AUM on the board, like minimum time period. So minimum is 3 years, what we required in operations. loan tenure offered to the borrower flexible and fortnightly. So we have a monthly repayment model, and we stick to monthly repayment only. And the clawback if I understood it well, clawback on in case of penalty on not paying on time. Yes, there is a penal charges if the customer.
It works both ways. Typically, our due date is the 16th of the month on the system. If you collect prior to that, customer is eligible for a offset in terms of the interest. So we will refund that interest to him, and correspondingly there will be it'll be adjusted in your payout as well. On the other hand, if he pays after the 16th, then potentially there is a penalty which we'll charge to the customer.
Vishal, can we have your contact details so that
I have already mentioned the chat box. If you want, I can do it again.
Yeah. So please
there in the
mention in
chat
the
box.
chat, and then we will request our members, whoever has anything to explore with you. Then.
Yeah. So any query, just drop a message or a WhatsApp or an email, and then we can connect and have a detailed discussion.
Within your criteria, hi, this is Rishi here. Within your criteria, it was mentioned profitability is one of the criteria for FY25 for the company.
Yeah.
So is it sacrosanct, or you would be okay to relax that?
Look, on a case-by-case basis, we can look at relaxing it. But obviously, we want to make sure that if the company is providing a service guarantee, they are good for that.
Sir, I could not get that minimum members in the JLG, 2 or 12.
So 15, the batch size is minimum of 2 and the maximum of 15.
Okay.
That's the group size.
Got it?
Yeah. That's a group size. So anybody else, anything? Otherwise, we will conclude, and we do have Vishal's number over here, and also his contact, like email ID. We can always access that one, and please just let us know if we can do something. So in this meeting, we could understand that geographies, commercials, technology, operations specifics, group size, everything. So JANA being JANA is one of the, what should I say, very conducive to work with, and not only that one, they have a human face always. So we'll be looking forward for more convergence between the institutions, between the microfinance institutions and JANA Bank, and we'll be happy to take this discussion forward. And at personal level, we are always open for any kind of discussion, any kind of, if you are having anything, any problem. When first talk to JANA Bank, and if it is not happening, please do let us know. We will also facilitate. And we will be looking forward for JANA Bank to support the industry. As always, thank you, Raman. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saibal. Thank you, Sangeeta and Gigi, for having orchestrated this meeting. And thanks to all of you for having attended this. Look forward to connecting with you soon.
All right.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Vishal.
Sir, thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.